What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's having a great day. We are playing some King Arthur Legends Rise. This is a sponsored video, so shout out to Netmarble for sponsoring the video. If you'd like to download the game, you can use the link in my description as well as the pinned comment. Come on and enjoy the game with us. It is pretty awesome. We're going to be looking at the Sealed Temple today. I'm going to show you guys the teams that I use for Cernunnos as well as Chown. I'm farming stage 10 on both of these bosses every day as much as I can. Kind of wish we had more than 5 battles a day. Like, as you could see, or you should know it already, we can only farm this 5 times a day, so gotta take advantage. You don't ever want to miss a day of farming this because we gotta skill up our champs to make them be effective. So let's jump right into Cernunnos first. Master of Death. Here's stage 10. We're running Morgan, Storm Relic, giving us decreased defense consistently. We have Sigrun in there. She's going to be helping to get some marks up. She's going to be doing some AoE damage for us as well. Jillian is going to be helping us with heals as well as reducing the attack gauge of the adds on the side, the talons, the wings, the arms, all whatever those things, all those things on the side. She's also going to be boosting our attack gauge, as well as Irit, who's in there providing all of our damage for us. So if you're doing repeat battles on here, you don't want to prioritize this boss at all. I'm going to just start the battle. Hopefully it shouldn't prioritize the boss, but I'm gonna run it on auto here, see how it acts, right? So we should get these legs down pretty quickly. You want somebody who can come in and just like knock these legs out, because you want to be able to start getting damage up on the boss, and you want to try to get the boss killed before he puts the shield on himself, because that just prolongs your run. So you want to be knocking back the attack gauge of the boss. That's what Jillian's in there helping us for, as well as boosting your own attack gauge so that you can be coming back around to your skills quickly and get the boss down before he places the shield on himself. So we're gonna get here, 20 turns. We're gonna be right to the second wave of this boss. It's a pretty quick run, and on this one you can prioritize the boss, but for the sake of the first wave you just don't want to. Otherwise you'll be hitting into nothingness until eternity. So we knock out the right tendril pretty quickly, and now we're getting some damage up on the boss. The AI in here is not bad actually. They kind of know when to go for a tendril or when to go for a boss. There are some other AI changes in the game that I kind of would like to see, as far as like buffers, right? Like, I kind of wish the buffers wouldn't just use their buff up skill when the buff is already present on the team. I think that would be a great adjustment to make. It kind of saves vigor as well. We lose vigor when we don't need it. Prime example, Ein. I run Ein in a lot of places, and I kind of wish she didn't like constantly use her A2 because I have it prioritized. We got stunned right here across the board. The boss is almost dead with just under 2 minutes, and there's like a little bit of health left. We're not going to touch these arms at all much. We should come back around, and boom, Sigrun finishes off the boss for us. So just over 2 minutes, 2 minutes 10 seconds, full auto. You don't have to target anything, click anything. Pretty simple, right? And so for Morgan, we're just prioritizing the A2. Sigrun prioritizing her A3, well, skill 3. Jillian prioritizing skill 2, skill 1. Irit prioritizing skill 3, skill 1. I like to prioritize the skill 1 second so that these champs don't go and use their skill 3s. It just helps us to save on vigor. Now, as far as the Chown boss, this is the more annoying one for most people, just because if you don't have Guinevere, it can be a bit tricky to have a team that is full auto. But this team is going to be full auto, and on this one you can actually prioritize the boss. That is what we are going to do. We're going to make sure prioritize attacking bosses on, and then here Jillian is the only swap, because she's going to help us with the abnormal status immunity to make sure that our entire team does not get swallowed or consumed at the start. And we're getting some big damage up here, knocking back the attack gauge here. On the second form, I don't believe we can knock back the attack gauge at all, and we should have been got her back, but we were taking turns and whatnot, and we should have the boss down pretty soon. We don't have any decreased defense up or damage dealt or any of that stuff, damage taken, what have you. We don't have any of that up right now, so it's gonna be a slow roll, it seems. There we go. We get some decreased defense up, we get a markup as well. It's gonna help with the evasion. and we should be moving on to the second wave quickly. If you don't have Guinevere, it can be a bit rough because there aren't too many champions that just place abnormal status immunity at the start. I don't know if there honestly are any more champions that do it. There are champions that kind of do it. I think there's one that does it like if he dies or something like that, and there's a few that do it based on conditions. So it looks like they're just going to prioritize the boss here, knock the boss down, get some good heals up, heal back up. We got a shield as well from Guinevere to help us stay alive a bit. We don't get to take full advantage of that debuff. It dropped off already. I kind of want to take advantage of that. That's one thing I think increases with her skills. So I need to skill up my Morgan for sure, because I would like to get that damage taken, damage dealt, one of those. I get confused. There's so many debuffs in this game. I would like to have that for more than one turn. So now the boss has a damage taken increase. So we gotta knock this down, but pretty smooth. As you guys can see, I'm just talking through this. Everybody here, you pretty much using in other places already. If you have Jillian, if you don't have Jillian, this is a much different run for you, just because you're gonna need a healer of some sort, right? If that healer doesn't knock back attack gauge or boost your attack gauge, then this run obviously looks very different for you. But full auto, very easy comp, full auto. And just under 3 minutes for that, we get our books, we get out, and that's pretty much it, guys. So we can go take a look at the gear on the champs that we use. Iret, obviously prime suspect, right, providing us with our damage. She is in strife as well as attack and damage. I may elect to swap this gear out at some point, try to get a better build on her, but she's just under 5k attack, 186 speed, 55.25% crit. I kind of want to get her to 60% crit and boost her crit damage up a lot more because it's rather low right now. She doesn't have much effect accuracy, so she's not gonna place mark that consistently. It's like okay, but not much. As far as on the first boss, Master of Death, we did use Sigrun. This is her build right now. She has accuracy and crit rate set on, so not much attack. Would love to get more attack on her because she can actually smack with that skill 3. She has some okay crit rate, 177 speed, and decent effect accuracy to make sure that she can land her debuffs. As far as Morgan, we were using Morgan with the Storm Relic. She is in vigor and accuracy, 223 speed, some decent effect accuracy to make sure that she is able to land her debuffs. Jillian, who we used in both comps, is also in vigor and accuracy. She does need accuracy to knock back the attack gauge. She has 61% right now, 170 speed, which is rather low. And 24k HP. I really want to get her speed up, but I need to do some crafting. It's time to craft some vigor. And lastly, last champ was Guinevere, who is in like trash gear that I've had on her for a while now, and she's overdue for a rebuild. Yeah, 123 speed, almost no speed. She's kind of just in there to give us abnormal status immunity. So at the start of the battle, grants all other allies romantic reversal, right, which gives us abnormal status immunity for 30 turns, which is kind of crazy, right? So we get that at the start, and that allows us to not get consumed by Chrom, which you have to face in the story mode as well. It's very annoying if you don't have her, because you have to just constantly start over until you get a champion that can actually do enough damage to free your other champions. So yeah, her gear is pretty bad. She's overdue for a rebuild because she's actually a pretty good champion. As you can see, I don't really have any stats in particular on her. I guess when I did the first build, I went with a life set just because I was trying to increase her HP as much as possible so that we could get a bigger shield out of her. I just haven't fully invested in her yet, so something to do in the future. Right now, it's not a huge priority for me because I'm not really using her anywhere else except for in, the favor dungeon and there. So that is all of the champions, guys. Those are the builds. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down below. We'll be interested to see what kinds of comps you guys are using, if you're running full auto or you are maybe manualing these 5 battles every day, because there's nothing wrong with that either, because we do have the multiplier. You can put the multiplier up if you've already beaten it, and just manual it from there and be done in 2 fights. But let me know your thoughts down below, guys, on this, and who you're running, how fast you're running it. Be sure to download the game using the link in my description as well as the pinned comment. It helps me out a ton. You can come and check the game out. Thank you guys for watching as always. Hopefully this video helped you out. And until next time, guys, be good and be well.